everyone, it's Demi from Reading with Demi and welcome back to another video. So as you can see, this is a journal that I've never shown you guys before, and this is my first ever reading journal. So this was set up in, well, technically it was set up at the end of 2021, but this covered 2022 and this was my first attempt at a dedicated reading journal, and I thought it would be fun to share it with you guys. The notebook is from Notebook Therapy and it's one of their soft cover Tsuki bullet journals. But yeah, this is really cute. I love these soft cover ones. They're just annoyingly slightly smaller than A5, I think. Let's just check with my current one. Yeah, I think they're B5, which would make sense. But yeah, let's get into it. Also, ignore how dirty the cover is. This stuff picks up dirt, but it's fine. So we have just the nameplate page. I've used a lot of Notebook Therapy stamps in this. So actually no, these are Notebook Therapy stamps, but there's a lot of stamps in here just from general. If I know where they're from, I'll let you guys know. But again, so I've got 2022 reading journal that I stamped in. I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but there's a lot of Tipp-Ex, and the U was completely redone because I think I forgot to pop it in when I was doing it before. So it's just covered over and then the U is in. I have a grid spacing guide here. So yeah, it's 24 by 35 pixels. Squares. Spent too much time on a computer. And then I made an index, but as you can see, I have not filled it in at all. So I was going to say I don't use indexes anymore, but I'm pretty sure there's one in my 2023 journal, which is just as empty as this, but there won't be one in my 2024 reading journal. I've eventually learned. And so this was my take on a bookshelfie. As you can see here, we've got books read. This was when I first kind of got back into reading, so there's only room for 33 books, I think. There's 48 books on here. But I didn't know how many books I was going to read this year. It was the first year I was getting back into reading properly. So I think my goal ended up being 30 books. As you can see, I definitely hit that. This, I think, was middle of the year 33. But the colours of these books correspond to the colour month I read them in. So we've got January, February, March, April, May, June, and then July I go back to red because I only used 6 colours in here and I just double used them. I just used them twice. The majority, if not all, the pens in this journal are Mildliners, because that's what I had at the time. Flipping across, we've got my reading goals spread. So as you can see, it was to read 30 books. I very much passed that. I don't know if I actually hit any of the other goals. I know I didn't review 30 books. I think I read a novel by Stephen King. I think I read The Shining that year. I think, or was that this year? No, I think I read The Shining. I'm sure I completed a reading challenge. I don't think I read 6 non-fictions. I did complete the bullet journal though, so that's good. And then this is a year of pixels, but instead of mood, as you'd see it in a normal bullet journal, this is a year of reading. So I've put, sorry, I keep hitting the stand that my phone's attached to. So we've got colour code for how many pages I read that day, and then if I finished a book, I put a cross through it. Maybe I didn't finish this journal because I'm pretty sure I read after the 14th of December, but I just didn't fill it in. Oh wow. This is my A to Z tracker. Looks like I did over half of it. And again, the colours represent the months I read them in. But honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell you the difference between the first half of the year and the second half from here, which is really annoying, but I think I did pretty good there. You can see, I don't know if it shows up, but I've penciled in books I've got that fit these letters, but I didn't actually read them that year. Next up we have, so we have the books read spread. This was really fun actually, to print off the covers and stick them in. I then outlined them with the month I read them in, and their ratings are underneath with my little 5-star stamp, which best thing I've ever bought. So these are the books that I read. As you can see, I didn't stop printing them, I stopped printing them, but I wrote them in for the ones, and then I stopped filling it in because I only made 2 spreads for that, and obviously I read a lot more than that, which was annoying, so I didn't do this in 2023. I learned from this. Next up is a spread that I did not use, and that is my physical TBR. The plan was to write every book down and then colour in the box once I'd read them. I did start with my ebooks, but this is definitely not all of the ebooks I had, even in 2022, and I've got way more now. But you can see, I read this one and this one, so I read 2 of them in this year. I don't actually think I read any of the others. I don't think I've read any of the others since. I made a spread for upcoming releases, which again I did not stick to, but I wish it was something I was more up to date with. As you can see, the second half of the year looks lovely, but I didn't fill any of it in. Next up, I had a go at genre Tetris. This was fun, apart from the fact that really all I was reading was romance and horror books, and I gave those the 2 most awkward shapes. So as you can see, I tried, but I did not finish this either. That's probably the moral of this journal, is things I started and didn't finish. We've got my format track, and I think this has been completely filled in, so it was how all the books I was reading, what format were they in. So we've got physicals, ebooks, Kindle Unlimited had its own section, and then audiobooks. And then I also did a library savings tracker. I liked the idea of this when I saw it on like Pinterest, of drawing a little jar. It did not work well for me, and I changed it up in 2023, which I really enjoy it now. This was where I was gonna put in a book bingo, or 2 book bingos I guess. Coloured it all in lovely and then just didn't do it. This is my spread for the Buzzwords Readathon challenge in 2022. I did over half of them, which is really good. I'm not sure why I stopped, but no, I really like this spread, and I'm kind of annoyed that I didn't do many challenge specific spreads in my 2023 journal. If I've got room, I'm going to bring those back for 2024. Here is another one. This is the She Reads Romance Reading Challenge, where each month it was a different sort of romance book. You can see I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did 9 of these ones. And I'd argue I don't have my spreadsheet up for 2022, but I probably did that one, and I probably did that one. This is the Beat the Book backlist. I don't actually remember much about. Is this the, wait, where's my, is it just Beat the Backlist now? But yeah, this is the Beat the Backlist channel challenge. I enjoyed how I did this. I don't think I'd do another one like this. Yeah, not too bad. I really like the colours in this journal, like, and the stamps. I love the aesthetic of this journal. I then realised once I'd filled in or started my spreads that I started listening to audiobooks. I didn't have a way of tracking that, so I made a year of listening spread as well, just to pop in at the end. As you can see, I don't listen as much as I physically read, but I'm trying to be better. Then we go into January. You are gonna see that I play around with layouts a lot in the beginning until I find ones that work for me. You'll realise when we get there, because they're basically the same layouts I use now. But yeah, we tried here with having a place to put what my TBR was, so books I wanted to read, books that I did read, and I was going to do some statistics, but I never filled it in. And then I've got here like a bar chart of pages read and time listened. I liked this idea. This needed work. And that was it for January. February, you can see that I've started bringing in the calendar to track which books. And I've got days read now. I can't remember if this was coloured in for every day I did read or coloured in to see how many days of February I read. And then I've got my TBR here. So the pronoun was the beat the backlist. No, it wasn't. The pronoun was the buzzword prompt for the month, and the sports romance was the romance prompt for the month. And then I listed others that I read as well. And I expanded the pages read and timed listen spreads here. But as you can see, I didn't really fill them out past halfway through the month. March I really liked. I think this is probably around the time that I found Erratic L on Instagram. I will link her Instagram profile down below. I love her reading journal. This was heavily inspired. I think especially these layouts were heavily inspired by Elle's spreads for the month. So we've got priority books, maybe not this page, but like the reading tracker is definitely inspired by her. And the progress, Elle was where I found this progress tracker that I really love. And I also from her found Bookish First Bingo. So I started putting those in every month, but as you can see, I didn't do great with that. And then I decided that I wanted to take part in a Taylor Swift quarterly challenge. I don't have what the prompts are written down, which I think didn't help here, but obviously each prompt was after a song, and then each song had a like book related prompt. And I did a few, but yeah, I kind of almost want a separate journal or a separate place to put challenge trackers, because having it in the middle, I forget it's there. Hence why I've only filled out 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. This was the month I also started printing out copies of the covers to pop in the monthly spreads. So you can see here, I believe this was the month I was actually in Barbados, hence, you know, two big books read there. Well, Court of Thorns and Roses isn't that big, but that one is. This was a reread. I love this book. I will constantly reread this book. If you like romance, go read this book. And then I did a March wrap-up, which you won't see many of these, to be honest, because I don't think I did many. But I did, so yeah, 6 books read, 2,500 pages, 220 minutes listened. What did I listen to? What did I listen to? Oh, My Heart is a Chainsaw, I listened to that. 1 physical book, which was The Hating Game. 1 audiobook, which was My Heart is a Chainsaw, the rest were ebooks. 1 book got 4 stars, 1 book got 4.5, and the rest were 5 stars. This was a really good reading month for me. Yeah, 3 romance books, 2 fantasy, 1 horror, and then 1 was borrowed. It was the audiobook came from the library, and the rest were owned by me. And then I did a longest and a shortest. Moves into April. Now this is when I started. I think this is when I learnt from Jashi Corin that you can basically trace into your bullet journal by printing off what you want, colouring on the back, and then drawing over it on the front, which is how I did these headers. I wish my handwriting was this nice, but no, these are covered. But yeah, I've got reading challenges, so I think I like this. I might bring this back into 2024, but I did like this. Library books that I had out, new releases that were coming out. I don't know why I did that. I didn't read Hook, Line and Sinker this month, that's for sure. And then this was other books read. Maybe I was trying to read more library books, but I don't think it worked. But you've got your reading tracker, and now it's color coded by how I read it. Ebooks, physicals, audios. I had no physical books this month. Interesting. Oh no, I did fine print, but I didn't finish it this month. Again, you've got the progress page, and this time I printed out the Bookish Bingo. It was just a bit easier. I think I made it on like Excel or something because I didn't like their one. It didn't match the theme. But yeah, so that's that. And I was printing out the book covers as well. Again, the header that I traced. swear I read more than 3 books. Did I read more? Court of Wings and Ruin, 7, Filthy Little. No, I didn't. This was 3 books. Okay. Here I was gonna do a wrap up and then I did not do it. This is a common theme in my reading, well, in my journals in general. I have great intentions at the start of the month when I set it up, and then I get so excited with the next month that I forget this page exists. So that was fun. I've got May now. These stamps I believe are from Amazon. But yeah, I've got the challenges and then the library and other again. But the spreads are basically exactly the same. Bingo. But different layout on books read. I wanted to include some more information. So I've got the dates that I read it in. I've got the pages, I've got the genre, the format of the book, and where I got it from. So that was fun. I'm not great with the glue tape, which is why these pages tend to be stuck together. But yeah, so had room, but I don't think I read any more than 6 books that month. This was almost definitely meant to be a wrap up that I did not even put a header in for. And we've gone to June. So here you can see I've now only got challenges and books read. I obviously left the bottom of the box to be put in once I'd finished reading, and then didn't put in the bottom of the box. This looks like a good month though, 5 books. So you've got your progress. I decided to draw the Bookish First bingo in this time. I almost got a bingo this time. It's probably the closest I ever got. And then this washi tape signifies that it is the beginning of the Whatever-a-thon spreads. I had so much fun making this page. It's very extra for what it was, but so Whatever-a-thon was hosted by Maddie at Book Browsing Blog, and it was kind of just a read whatever you want. There wasn't really a theme. I was part of the Beach Readers team and I pledged 4 books to read, and then I think I started filling in. Oh no, I didn't actually colour any of these in. So you had the plain, no background colour was all the prompts, so prompts for everyone. The prompts in the teal were prompts that were just for the beach readers, and the light grey prompts were the non-reading prompts. So that's that. Again, the font was traced from a font I had on my computer at the time, and we had 4 books pledged for the Readathon, which I think I definitely went over. I made a tracker for points. I'm not sure if different colours mean different books. I'm not sure how this ended up working. It must have made sense when I started making it and when I filled it out, but it's been like a year and a half, I don't remember. But these are then so you had personal goals to write, and then these are the books that I read. So I read 6 books. Yep, I read 6 books for Whatever-a-thon. Definitely did at least 1 goal. But yeah, you could use up to 5 prompts per book. No, you couldn't. You could use up to 3 prompts per book. So The Risk by S.T. Abbey was a dark romance. It was under 300 pages and had the "an" of a and "and" in the title. And then I listed, did I fill in any of the fun general prompts that weren't book related? Did I hit a goal during that time? Was there LGBTQ+, because you got extra points? I can't remember what other was for, but you got extra points there as well, and then how many points it was. So that's how all of these were filled out. I really like the rainbow of this. It took so long, but it's so pretty. And then I stuck to this layout for the books that I read this month. I like this layout. I'm not sure. Actually, I know why I stopped doing it in this journal. I was running out of space, but I don't know why I haven't done it in the 2023 one, which is a shame. 5. And then look, I again left room for a June wrap up and didn't fill one in. July, the layout gets a bit different. So I think I saw something like this on Pinterest and was like, I like that, that's cool. So it got its own cover page. This is the first month to have its own cover page. And then the TBR is the 2 monthly prompts. and then the books read, or the books I wanted to read. I think I did end up reading all of those, I just didn't put ratings for the final 2. And then we've got the tracker, which is just what books I read when, and the progress page. They're both on the same page. I'm not sure I like having them next to each other. It's 2 big tables next to each other, but it worked for this month. And then this is when I started my book Instagram account, which is no longer called this. It's called Reading with Demi, but at the time it was Autistic Reacts. And had ideas of things I wanted to post, and then a content planner that just, you know, didn't work. And then I've got the Summerween prompts. So Summerween happened in July, and the prompts, and then the books that I wanted to read and which prompts they fit. I then put a spread in for Instagram ideas that I left blank, and I don't know what I was planning on putting in this page, but it's blank. Then we move into August. So again, we've got the books that I want to read for the monthly goals. We've got Camp Spookathon here. So the Camp Spookathon prompts and the books that I read, I believe, for those. And these are the extra prompts that I tried to fit in as well. I've gone back here, you can see, to a pages read tracker instead of the table. So this is the graph, and each colour corresponds with a colour of book I read. I liked this. I think it just reminds me that there's days I didn't read, and that makes me a bit sad. I don't know. This was also the month where Crystal held her first Pickpongathon, and it was my first venture into the magical readathon, so I had a lot of prompts that I was trying to fill up with as few books as possible. I did pretty well. I did read Hollow Heaven, so I don't know why that's not coloured in, and I at least started Red Queen. I didn't finish Red Queen. Did I not? Oh yeah, I did. Hollow Heavens is up there. I started it, I didn't get to finish it. And then we go into September, so we've got the monthly prompts, the books read, I finished Silver Queen, I've looked down there, Red Queen, and Red Caught Silver Flames. I don't know what happened in September. I feel like I must have read more, but if that's all it says, then that's all I did. But you've got the pages, 20th. I started something on the 11th by the looks of it, but I don't know what. This was also the month of Becca's Bookoplathon, so I drew out a board and put the community shelf and chance in the middle, and then my TBR from what I rolled. So what do you reckon there? It was probably the Langoliers that started on the 11th, and then I just didn't fill out the rest of the spread, which sounds about right. Next up we have October, and we've gone back to those stamps that I got off of Amazon. This one is a lot more filled in, and it was now I was realising that I didn't have many pages left, so the challenges prompts and the TBR or books read spread just disappeared, and it just filled in here instead. And then I had this stats page, which is all the books that I read. This was a really good month. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 books read. That was good. I liked this wrap up as well. I don't know why I didn't do more of these, but yeah, this was fun. But as you can see, the months are getting a lot shorter. I attempted the Dewey's 24-hour readathon, but if you have a look, I mean, it looks like I ate for many hours, but I think I accidentally filled these in purple and then went over them with the orange, and now they look red. It did not go well, but hey ho, it's the effort that counts, the thought that counts. And then we go into November, and again it's just the 2 tables with the books that I read and the pages I read or time listened each day. And my statistics page, I again was going to do a wrap up, didn't do it. That's when I read my favourite book of the year, Night Circus. It was so good. And then December, apparently I was determined to fit a TBR in the top, so I popped that in there, and then we've got the table. I like the rounded edges on this, I think it's quite nice. And then this one is the pages red. Again, you can see I was getting so excited for the new journal that I just stopped filling this one in. And I've got 2 books read. Did I only read 2? No, I read 3. I obviously hadn't finished, which one is it? Dark Ride by the time I was filling this page in. I think, yep, that's it. You can see here, I think this is me planning the next year with colour scheme. This, I don't know what this was. And then this is me testing my Zig clear colour dot markers and trying to match them up with, oh my god, what are they called? Tombos, trying to match them up with Tombos. And is there anything? Oh, there is some book covers in the back. I think it's just book covers. So yeah, see, I printed them all off. I had such good intentions, and then I just didn't. Oh well. But that is my 2022 reading journal. I realise it's now like 2 years old, but I had so much fun in this journal as my first reading journal, and you know, it's inspired me to do my 2023 one, which also inspired me to start BookTube. So you know, this is the reason really. But thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, leave a, what colour is this, yellow? Let's leave a sun emoji in the comments, because this is kind of sun coloured. I think it's called honey, but I can't remember. It is still available on Notebook Therapy's website. I'm not an affiliate or anything like that, but like I said, I really love these journals. I had another one that was in blue, and that was my fitness journal, so I would highly recommend these. They're just a little bit smaller, but they're so nice. But yeah, thank you for watching everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.